All right, top Billin, back again. Going back, right, in a rewind on looking at some of the kids who I thought would be stars as a freshman and seeing how they did. And the first person that comes to mind for me is a kid I was super high on. That would be one Zach Charbonnet from the University of Michigan, the Wolverines, baby. And you can see right here, when was it? July 9th here. I did the Michigan freshman running back. Zach Charbonnet is a manimal, right? So I talked about how much I love the ferocity that he played with, his agility, even his short area quickness, his decent long speed. And I compared him to one Matt Forte, formerly of the Chicago Bears fame. I'm not a Tulane and everything like that, and I don't think most people didn't know who the hell Matt Forte was, so they had to give funny style comparisons like Trent Richardson and stuff like that. But it is what it is, man. I thought Zach Charbonnet actually lived up to what I said he would live up to. And he showed up against a lot of the better teams on the schedule, right? Not against Ohio State for some odd reason, right? They only want to give him a couple of carries and stuff like that. But from a lot of the other teams, man, he did very well, right? And that was with an injury, I believe, that he had during the season and everything like that, and just a true freshman woes. So, but one of the games that really stood out to me was the last game against Alabama. So I wanted to go through some of his runs against Alabama and show you what this kid is all about. All right? Let's get it.
What more can I say?
Top Billin. All right, recap of Charbonnet's freshman season. So you can see here, 6'1", 220 pounds. I told you right away he was built to come in to run the ball, so he didn't have to worry about the transition as far as a physicality standpoint because he was ready with his body. He was body ready. But you see here, 149 attempts, 726 yards, 11 touchdowns, a 4.9 average. So right at where I look from a standpoint of averages for running backs, right? In college, you got to be 5. 5 is where it's at. 4.2, 4.3 in the NFL, but you got to be around 5, so he's right there. And he would have really been there without a couple of these games. Like after the Army game, it was rumored that he had some type of an injury and he played, but it was clear that he was definitely dealing with an injury. He only had a couple of carries and then had 7 carries over the next couple of weeks against Wisconsin and Rutgers. So then he kind of got the groove rolling again. But you can see here, man, against Penn State, 15 carries for 81 yards. Against Michigan here, Michigan State, 7 carries for 30 yards. The Ohio State game, only 4 carries, man. So that was a crazy game anyway. But if you can see here, he was racking them up, man. 13 carries, 18 carries, 15 carries, 15 carries. Notre Dame game, 15 for 74. But then 13 for 84 against Alabama, and he showed me a lot in his game. His longest rush was only 12 yards. We know what Alabama's defense is about, but he still showed me some things. So let's get into that. All right, so a lot of money going against a defensive front like this. A lot of drafted players off of Alabama, and a lot of players that will be drafted pretty high here in the next couple of seasons there. So looking at this right here, right, this is going to be your average run-of-the-mill inside zone. Look at him bend it back, right, with the jump cut. And, of course, finish moving forward, right? Here's the thing I noticed about Zach Charbonnet, right? We can see here, double-doubles. People trying to climb to the next level. So he sees there's nothing from A to A here. Quickly sticks that foot in the ground, peels it back, gets vertical. So sometimes he would finish, right, with lowered his pad level, but he showed me a lot where he wanted to juke people out too for some odd reason. And I think that's something that he needs to get back to, right? Just finishing on his feet, right? But you see right there, being able to get to the outside, make something of it. Obviously, it was a normal inside zone play, but just being physical. All right, we're going to have a split zone here. It's funny, the original 3 technique from Alabama actually vacates the premises, I believe, going to the weak side of the defense, and he leaves a gaping hole right there. Actually, let's go ahead and run that. This encapsulates Zach Charbonnet right there. That's how you finish right there. That's what I like to see from Zach Charbonnet, finishing like that. But as you can see right here on this particular split zone play, you can see the vacation there. Sean McCune with the cross formation block. I'm not sure what he was doing. He doesn't get the safety come in here, right? Actually, it was a linebacker. He didn't get the linebacker come in here on the split zone right here. Thank God it didn't do anything. However, you can see the gaping hole there. So good job across the board from Onwenu and these guys. But the first guy, usually if you're a good running back, you can make them either miss or you can run them over or something like that. He kind of does both. Leans his pad level into the safety here, spins out of that, gets you a couple of more yards. Being physical. Love it. Absolutely love physical football, man. All right, so this is an interesting concept here, right? You have Mike Sainristil running in orbit motion. Then you're going to have Ben Mason with a lead through, but half the line, right, from Runyon, Bredesen, and Cesar Ruiz is working zone blocking, area blocking here. But then you have Onwenu here working with Jalen Mayfield on a pin and pull, and then you'll have Onwenu with a kick-out block. Sean McCune working up to the second level to get the linebacker here, Shane Lee, and then you'll have kind of a lead through here. So it's a really good concept. I like it. Well, if you see here, right, kind of navigate something like this where there's reads, but you're also following blocking. All right, so if you can see, remember I said half the line with zone steps, zone flow action there. Then you get your pin and pull action here. Mayfield pinning, Onwenu pulling, kick out block, and man on the line of scrimmage. Mason with a lead through up to the cornerback, Josh Jobe. Then he has the work off the inside hip of Mason, he being Charbonnet. Navigates that. Really good vision from Charbonnet. You can see him right there. Look at that. That's Charbonnet. You see it right there. He really picked up that, I think, a little bit more in college right there with the agility and trying to make people miss in the open field. I think that'll serve him well at the next level. Maybe keep him a little less injured. I don't know, but you know how I feel about that. I'd rather see him finish with his pads lowered and really hammer home and let you know what Michigan football is all about. All right, exact same setup. This time the orbit guy, the orbit ghost, is going to be Donovan Peoples-Jones here. But instead of this being like half zone flow and all this like that, you're going to have two pulls from your guard. So you got a gag sweep, a guard and guard sweep. And you can see this was originally designed to go on the inside. Charbonnet navigates his blocking, cuts it back to the outside. Great job. Great job. Let's see that one more time, full speed. Cesar Ruiz holding at the point of attack, cuts off the inside hip. That's how you do it right there. So this time, Ben Mason kicking out the end man on the line of scrimmage there. He doesn't know who to block, so he just gets a second-level player, Christian Harris, there. But you can see right here, it was going to go from Cesar Ruiz. He was going off his outside hip, going to run through that gap, thought better of it, and gave himself an out here with Bredesen pulling. So working with Bredesen, instead of cutting it to the outside, cut it back off his inside hip. And then try. So maybe he could have followed him and went outside of that, but he's following the blocking and doing a good job of that. Then you just got to try to run through the tackles. But these guys are on scholarship too at Alabama, but he definitely made the most out of something that could have been kind of disastrous and probably should have been tackled at the line of scrimmage had he taken it to the inside. All right, working zone here from out of the pistol and get a breach, but look at him navigate it. And look, it takes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Alabama players to try to bring him down. Still didn't bring him down. Finished on his feet. You see the quick breach here. Christian Barmore. That's picked up by Bredesen there. Look at the junk stop here. Can't bend it to the outside when McCune got this sealed off right here. They did a good job of setting the edge. That jump cut is nasty, just like Matt Forte. Look like he had a double jump cut. Look, 1, 2. A lot of muddy waters there for him to navigate. Couldn't really get his footing to get vertical upfield, but you can see what he's working with there. All right, looking like they were going to work out of the stretch here, but you can see him make the first man miss. A lot of muddy waters navigate. Safety comes up, makes him miss. But linebacker's right there to corral him. But really nowhere to go on this. Alabama's doing a good job of stringing it out. You can see here both linebackers, Christian Harris and Shane Lee, working to either side there. You're not going to do nothing with that. So you got to make something out of nothing. So hits that junk stop. Thank God you got, who's that, Mayfield. Mayfield right there sealing. He grabs Christian Harris, so now he gets a little bit of room. Encounters Jared Maiden here. Short area quickness. Looks like he's going to lower his pad level and run over Jared Maiden. Sticks that foot in the ground, makes him miss. But got two Alabama players right there to tackle him. Both linebackers, too. All right, this particular aspect is why a lot of freshmen don't get time to shine like Zach Charbonnet did. Pass pro. We see Alabama bluffing a double A-gap blitz. Actually, they're not bluffing it. They're actually running a double A-gap blitz. You see Zach Charbonnet going against the great Xavier McKinney, X-Man himself. Puts that man on his ass. Look at that. Pass pro. That's that prison pass pro. Like he's trying to get to the prison lunch line or something. Zach Charbonnet like, hell no. That's my brownie. Look at this. Good Lord. That's gruesome. Come on, man. That's how you spread your herb ass on the grass like fertilizer. Come on. I love that. You can see that right away when, like, the first game of the season, his pass pro was phenomenal. Love it. All right, once again, working pass pro inside out. Got Jordan Battle here. Blitzing on the inside. Charbonnet picks it up. No problem. Look at that. Easy. Easy money. 6'1", 220 pounds. Look at that. Let's have a meeting of the minds. That's it for Jordan Battle. He wasn't going nowhere. He wasn't going anywhere further. That's it right there. So you can see, man, Zach Charbonnet is a very polished guy. He had to navigate a lot of muddy waters. The offensive line didn't perform up to snuff like I thought it may with the amount of talent that it had. But it is what it is. I expect stuff to improve. He's going to improve. He was already very good. I expect him to have a fantastic year. And there's still a lot of returning talent, not a lot of returning talent as far as starters, a couple of starters returning, or a couple of guys who've seen a lot of action returning. Of course, Jalen Mayfield there. A lot of talent in the backfield, even beyond Charbonnet. Hassan Haskins came out of nowhere. He looked very good. I can't wait to see the Blake Corum kid. I feel the same way about Blake Corum as I did Zach Charbonnet did year. Y'all see I did something on Blake Corum a long time ago, so if you didn't see that, maybe I'll link that on the back end here. And of course, Christian the Burner Turner still there. So a lot of talent at Michigan. The wide receivers, Ronnie Bell. You know I love me some Ronnie Bell. He's going to be a star, the leading return receiver. And big Nico Collins can go get it with the best of them. Josh Jackson, Sam Still. Same deal, man. Same deal. I like Michigan. Of course, I really like this Michigan because it's quiet. It seems super quiet. Nobody's talking about Michigan. I like them from an underdog role than I like from them talking and people worried about them. So just shh, be quiet. Don't say nothing about Michigan. Just let them sneak up on people, okay? All right? But as always, make sure you subscribe. All right, Michigan fans, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment on this. Let me know what you think about Zach Charbonnet's freshman year. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Of course, I am the Underground King, Murf Baldwin, and I am out. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.